Hey folks, it's Tim. I have some interesting news. If you haven't heard already, President Trump has indicated that he will veto the stimulus bill. I'm kind of shocked by this, but he did make some interesting points. I'm honestly still trying to decide whether I do kind of agree with him, to be honest. I just wish he'd have done this a little sooner. So, he's mentioned that the stimulus it's full of pork. Technically pork barrel spending isn't allowed anymore, but it still makes its way in. It's full of things like money, millions of dollars for fish and game hatcheries and for the removing dead trees and that's all great. I mean, there's nothing wrong with taking care of our environment. But I'm not sure that this should make it into a COVID relief bill. Maybe that should be a bill of its own. So, I mean, he did make an interesting point. And the other major point that he made was that the stimulus, the check that goes to the people, that should not be only $600. $600 is, in some areas that won't even cover half your rent for the month. Yeah, where I live, it would definitely will not cover half your rent here in Columbus. But and so he wants to advocate more for a $2,000 check or even more, up to $4,000 for families. And I think that's a great idea. I think they should have done that to begin with. I don't know why they didn't, but for whatever reason, Congress passed this meager stimulus. I suppose that's to appeal to the more kind of Tea Party-ish kind of Republicans, the Ted Cruz types, the Rand Paul types, which by the way, both of them voted no, and and it did work, it did pass, but at kind of the cost of the aid to the American people. There's only $300 for the unemployment instead of $600 like last time. Originally with the original second stimulus plan, Republicans wanted $400, and so like now we've gone somehow the Democrats allowed it to go backwards. So it's kind of weird, but I think I do agree with him on that. What I don't agree with is that he waited until they had passed the bill to say, I'm not going to sign it. Now, the big question is, can Congress override him? Based on the number of votes they had on the bill, they probably can. But again, he is a Republican and he has supporters in Congress. And are any of them willing to change their position in order to show their support for Trump? That is a big question. So I don't know what the answer to that is yet. Stay tuned. But it's an interesting thing that has unfolded because I did not in my wildest dreams expect him to not sign the stimulus because Mnuchin, the Treasury Secretary, had indicated that Trump was in favor of it. He had said nothing about not signing it previous to this. I do kind of wonder, there's some talk on the internet about Mitch McConnell. Of course, Trump has all the, there was a conspiracy to take over the election, that Biden stole the election, blah blah blah. I'm not going to get into that very much, but McConnell did eventually give his I don't know what do you want to call it, support, not support, but his he basically conceded that Trump had lost the election and Biden had won. He gave kind of a speech on the House floor. He congratulated Biden. And I think that Trump is very angry at McConnell over that. And I kind of wonder if this is kind of a gotcha moment from Trump. That's kind of some talk on the internet about that. I mean, I don't. I do frankly think Trump would be that petty, but would his administration allow him to do that? Would they not try to talk him out of it? That's kind of a big question for me. I don't know, but just some thoughts to throw out there. What do you think? Let me know. All right, that's it. Talk to you later. Bye bye.